if it's good with you, why don't we segue into Daewoo?
Well, so yeah, there was a brand called Daewoo that came to Canada in, I can't remember the year now. I'm going to say it was late 19, actually it might have been in the 2000s. Anyway, at that point in time, I was rolling pretty good. I had the dealerships going and running Newcap, the broadcast side, and always looking to grow and for a challenge. They were looking to set up a dealer network here. And there was quite a competitive process to get that franchise. I was successful in getting the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, it never really took root in Canada for whatever reason. They had a pretty good product. But the problem, when I looked at the investment I made in that, which was significant, building the dealership and whatnot, there was a point where you really have to keep your ego in check.
Mm-hmm.
And you start to think that you can do anything.
Yep.
Right? Well, you can't do everything.
Yep.
And so that was one that was very capital intensive at that point in time for me, and I had to make the decision that this wasn't going to work.
Right.
Just shut it down.
Right.
And it's not easy to do that because your mindset is to make everything work.
Of course, yeah.
Right.
Don't give up.
The problem is it takes too much of your time,
right.
too much of your management's time, other people's time,
right,
with no return.
Yep.
And is that effort and energy being redirected
right
to what is working,
better returning areas?
I had to sort of check my ego and make the right decision and shut it down.
Wow.
Yeah. And I did the same thing with Mitsubishi in the early days. Same process. That Daewoo became Mitsubishi dealership, and then we struggled with that as well in the early days. I'm happy to say we have Mitsubishi today, and it's flourishing.
Awesome.
It's great.
That's excellent to hear. Going through a change like that, having to make the decision to shut down the Daewoo dealership, what was that like for, not to ask too personal, but what was that like for you personally? Did it make you doubt yourself at all, or did you just keep your head down and just grind through it, until you saw the light?
Yeah, I have a different attitude on that now. At the time, I was probably a little bit, I thought it would be more obvious to people. It wasn't. Nobody really cares.
Yeah.
But you come to realize that you can't make everything successful.
Sure.
That you only have so much time, so much energy.
Yeah.
And where are you going to place that? Where are you going to direct it?
Right.
And if it's towards something that you're not getting any return,
mm-hmm.
and for the foreseeable future, you're probably not going to get any return.
Right.
You're better off just to
do something else.
Yeah.
Is that something you do, annual review of now, where you think about where your time is being spent?
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Time management is critical.
Yeah, for sure.
And saying no, saying yes or no has consequences.
Yeah.
Right? So you really, it's hard to say no sometimes, but you're better off saying no and fast,
right,
as opposed to silence and not saying anything, because that implies a maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, you waste more time and all kinds of things. No, that's really good advice as well. How do you remove the emotion from your decision making?
It's tough. It's because it's emotions. It's a real thing. It's a real thing you have to deal with, but it also can impair your judgment.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know how to articulate how you do that, other than you try to think of what's the outcome of this decision versus going this other direction. If I make this decision, what's the outcome? If I make this decision, what's the outcome? And these are just judgment calls.
Mm-hmm.
And it really comes down to trying to make the best judgment.
Do you find that, time alone is what's needed? Go for a run or meditate, or is it something you actually prefer to do in a brainstorm to get other opinions on it, to help you get to that objective decision making?
It's a great segue there. All those things, right? It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. My own. I like to bounce things off of the team, off of people. I like to take in as much perspectives as I can,
Mm-hmm.
and sort of mash them all together and try to process it all and come up with what I think is the best call.
Yeah.
But it's important to do all that stuff. To take time alone, whatever that is, wherever you can get in that Zen kind of state.
Sure.
Whether it's meditation or running.
Go to a Stones concert.
Go to a concert, probably not the place to do that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm Luke Hanson McDonald. This is Beyond the Family Business. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And you know it, share with other business families or family businesses that you may know. Thank you so much. Take care.